Hey, it's Tiny here. Before I head out and, show off my new top. Yeah, I got it for the special occasion. I'm gonna go blow some shit up later, but check out this new video because she got more ideas. Yeah, and nothing wrong with showing a little shoulder. I mean, it's a holiday and all. Yeah. So, take a look. Couple new ideas, and it's always on the cheap with this one. Yeah, always on the cheap.
Hello everybody. So today happens to be the 4th of July, and I've got just a little while before my husband gets up from his nap, and we're going to go do something family fun for today. I do have the day off, so I just wanted to make a quick video of my latest ideas. If you watched the 300 subscriber episode, you saw that I revealed my coveted secret, Aleene's Instant Tacky. A lot of you have been trying out the pick-me-up pen. It has some sort of mystery putty in it, and you twist the end of the pen to get the putty to come out, and there's issues with it, and I've heard, I do not have one. I have not tried it, but I'm an inventor at heart, so I wanted to figure out the better way of handling that issue. Didn't want to have to spend the money on the pen. Didn't want to be limited as to the type of pen I was going to use. So I found this Instant Tacky, and I've been trying it for about a week or so. Because I don't have the pick-me-up pen, I don't know the consistency of that putty, but this stuff is kind of elasticy, which from what I've watched, it looks like that putty in the pick-me-up pen is also that way. But this stuff lasts and lasts and lasts. I can use one little dab for a couple hours before I have to refill. And way better than the pink wax that comes with the pens. And you get this entire package. This is 80 pieces of it. And I think this is going to last like forever. But the Loctite, I've heard of that, and couldn't find it. I didn't go to a hardware store or anything. I was just in the craft store. They had different types of Loctite, but not the stuff that looked like clay. So I found this, and it works fantastic. So this is my my secret revealed, the Instant Tacky. So give it a try. If you don't like it for that, it is also be able to use for, let's see, it says, focus. Used to hang posters, decorations, and more. So, if you got that picture on the wall that just won't hold straight because it has those crappy hangers with like the little teeth, a little corner of this in the corner of your picture on the bottom, kind of hold it in place from sliding around. I keep holding it the wrong way, I'm sorry. Can never remember if I'm doing portrait or landscape from one day to the next. So depending on which way you're looking at this, there you go. Instant Tacky. Give it a try. But I just finished watching a video on the lap desk that tilts. I'm a cheap-ass bastard. I don't want to spend money on anything I can make myself. So I came up to my craft room while hubby's sleeping to think of what could I do. And I think I've got it, so I'm going to show you. This is tilted right now. Don't know if you can tell that, but it is tilted. Because I do find that it doesn't necessarily hurt my back, but in making the videos, the last half of the previous video, you could see the top of my head fairly frequently. I was getting tired and my eyesight was starting to go, and I kept leaning forward further and further to see what I was doing. So I thought, well, let's try tilting up the canvas, see if that helps with me not having to lean in so much. So I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to take you down and show you what I came up with. Okay, so bear with me. We're embracing. Hi toilet. I didn't shut that door. I'm embracing the tangents. So first off, here's my bare necessities. Nail polish. This is the first painting I've run into where I had actual spots that were not sticky. Now, one thing I did do is I used the super magnifying glasses and examined my spot, because it was not just a little spot. It was like, you know, the size of a dime. So I picked at it with the tweezers and I discovered there was plastic, like saran wrap type plastic, actually plastered to the adhesive. It was in between the paper and the adhesive. So I pulled that off and the spot was sticky underneath. So, but I have found other spots that are just no longer sticky. But if you got a magnifying glass or really great eyesight, if you end up with a big patch that's not sticky, check it. Kind of just pick at it a little bit and see if it's actually like plastic wrap like mine was stuck to it. Now, with the rhinestone diamonds, they have on them, on the back side, many of them have this like paint on them. And if you put it down on the canvas and then pull it up again for whatever reason, whether it's a crappy diamond, deformed, or you put it in the wrong spot or you want to move it, sometimes that paint remains on the adhesive, but the plastic part of the crystal actually comes loose. So now your spot's not sticky anymore. Hold the diamond in your tweezers and put a little clear nail polish on the diamond and stick it down in place. Get it right where you want it and just leave it alone. Let that nail polish dry and glue it in place. So that's another little tip. It's morning here, 4th of July, waiting for my husband to wake up from his nap so we can head out and go do something. A little coffee, keep me going. And I have it on a little hot pad. I believe this was meant for warming candles, but I used to keep it at my desk at work. Keep my coffee warm because there'd be hours in between me being able to take breaks and get a refill. So that's a must-have. And then, of course, for the cold beverages. All right. Thirsty Stone. You guys don't have them. Thirsty Stone absorbs all the moisture and doesn't tend to stick to your cup when you go to pick it up. I had talked about my stupid garbage can that the lid wouldn't stay up, so got a little clamp on there. Keep it up and unsightly. So that's another little trick I did. I have the blue painter's tape as an outline for the frame of my camera when I'm taping, so I know what you can and cannot see. Keep the private parts outside the line and the public parts inside the box. Outside the box, inside the box. Private parts, public parts. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I need to insert tangent here. Because of my tripod, it's too high. I'm a shorty. I'm 5'4". Can't see my phone screen to see what I'm filming from up there. So I have my little step stool. Now I can see when I put you in there what you're seeing. Okay, so a little fine tuning, a little adjusting here and there, and I'm all ready to go. So this step stool, I also have it in my closet because I've got a top shelf I can't reach. And I like to wear hats, and so all of my hats are up there. And I don't want to be tripping over this in my closet all the time, so this stool folds. I haven't the slightest clue where I bought that. But if you're worried about, you know, load capacity, Jasmine, demonstrate for them. Show them it'll hold you. Come on, up here. Jasmine. Well, she only weighs 18 pounds, a little porker. And I'm a little embarrassed, but I will share. I am 195, and that holds me just fine. So if you're worried that a collapsible stool wouldn't be... Are you trembling? Wouldn't be sturdy enough for you. Mine's 195 load capacity minimum. I haven't had my husband step on it, but he's like 225 or so. So anyway, I have no idea where I bought it. Probably Bed Bath & Beyond. Not sure. I've had it for years. I can't reach many things. So there you go. There's another little tangent tip. Maybe I'll do like certain days that like tangent tip Tuesdays and just whatever pops in my mind. Tangent tip Tuesdays or tangent tip Thursdays. I don't know. We'll see. See how that was much more polite that time. Thank you. It was just a little scratch. Okay. Bye-bye. Okay. Now for my camera rig, the protractor was a little bouncy, so just a little blue painter's tape to kind of stabilize it from bouncing up and down when I wiggle the table. And replaced my rubber bands with some drapery cord I had left over from some old blinds, Roman blinds I had. And the way that I did it was I just wrapped it around the handle of this drawer, and I have this slides to loosen it up to take it off of my tripod, and then slides back up to keep it in place so that I don't have to worry about it slipping off like the rubber bands are snapping, and down comes she a tumbling on my head. Now, here is my idea for elevating. If any of you have bought a pool noodle at the dollar store, this is a $1 fix if you don't already have one. If you already have one and you have some tape of any kind, then this is free. So, given that you have some sort of light pad or some kind of piece of cardboard or something, this is my light pad under here. So here's what I did. Let me take this apart for you. I'm going to pause, I'm going to unassemble and then assemble, and you can see how I did this. Okay, so again, blue painter's tape is just the prototype phase of this, but I used a triangular ruler. If you don't have a triangular ruler, whatever you've got laying around, a small board, couple of big fat pencils or pens, anything. You're just putting this here as a stop to keep your table from sliding. Now, next vital ingredient, I have a second ruler. This one happens to have a little recessed divot in it. Again, you could use a pencil or even an extra drill pen, tape it to the table on this side or one on each side. That would work just as well. 1 second, please. Okay, so if you didn't have something, anything like this, let's just say you've got 2 drill pens. Just a little blue painter's tape, tape them down a little bit of space apart. Pool noodle, you've unwrapped your painting. You've got your pool noodle. Rather than just laying it aside, set it in between the two, okay? Got mine there. Now, if you happen to have a light pad, I happen to. If you don't, any kind of flat surface that could be used as a table will work. Set it here. Now, again, I'm doing this one-handed, so this here, lay it down. Voila. Okay, now, the more stable you're able to make your pool noodle. Okay, so there. That's pretty good. If I even put the pool noodle down first and then was to position my little drill pens. And why I'm doing this is so that if I put downward pressure on the table, oops, sorry. If I put downward pressure on the table, my pool noodle doesn't come squirting out the side and everything falls. So you get the idea. A couple of drill pens, couple of rigid plastic straws, rulers, whatever. You're putting a stopper to keep it in place. And then I'm going to have to find something other than this triangular ruler, because when I really push hard, it wants to slide up it. So again, probably just the drill pens along here. Something as a stopper. Now, I've got my painting. Okay, here we go. Now, I know I had said before that I wanted to work from right to left, left to right, top to bottom, but my painting is long this way. So I did the pool noodles under the desk thing, but I'm going to demonstrate. So let me just line that up and put the clips on, pausing because I can't do this one-handed. Okay, so I've got it clipped in place, and now I'm working here, and I don't want that in my lap. So I have my video, tension rods, and pool noodles. Sorry about the sun coming in. I'll try and do it this way. Again, one-handed. See here. And I just tuck right there. Sorry, fingers in the way again. I am not a cinematographer, so that gives me enough room that I have my knees down there. If I needed more room, all I need to do is just push this a little bit further away, depending on the size of your painting, obviously, and how much extra you got hanging down on you. There we go. All out of my way. Now on the other side of my table, I did the same thing, thinking if I ever had too much at the top, but it also works for keeping my cords, all of my power cords for my tablet and my phone and my light pad, all up here instead of all over the floor. So it works out great. And if the painting was going the other way, I'd probably run the cords up over the side I'm sitting on. So my battery's almost dead on my phone. I'm gonna get it plugged in. Now, you can also adjust the tilt. And this is very scientific, okay? So if you have trouble following, I can, well, I'll just demonstrate. The way angles work, the further you move your noodle away from you, you're sitting over there. The further you move it away, the less the tilt. The further you move it toward you, the greater the tilt. So, let me, now see, I've got the sunlight over there. I'm gonna have to do this from the other side. Necessity is the mother of all invention. There. Okay. So you can see. If I move this, my board goes up. Now, as I said, I've got that angled ruler down there. I need to not have that there. I need to put something else. But if I hit past center, which would be your pivot point, that's when it's going to want to flip. So as long as you stay to the center or back from your vantage point sitting over here, it shouldn't flip up on you. And you want to make sure when you're working at the noodle or toward you. Or like a teeter-totter, you're going to flip it up. Okay? So you could tape a series of the straws or the for some leftover pens, extras you've got, in like a washboard. And you could adjust your noodle whichever way you want to go. Make sure if you have a painted surface, you're using a low tack tape. Don't want to wreck your furniture. But there you go. There is, if you have a pool noodle and you have tape and you have leftover pens and you have some sort of firm rectangular surface, if you want, go with round. I don't know if I'd recommend that. You've got yourself a tilt table. How about them apples, huh? So, save some money. Be a DIY genius. Well, I don't want to sound pretentious. I'm not a genius, but you know, I like to come up with as many multiple purposes for pool noodles as I can. So, there's one more. As I come up with more, I'll let you know. So, today's brainstorm ideas: instant tack, pool noodle tilt table. Hey, no scratching on the door. Bad manners. Okay? I know, today's going to be traumatic. Fireworks. You hate that, but we're not going to be gone after dark. And I think we're going to try putting your life vest on you nice and snug to help calm you down. We have your lavender dog toy. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be okay. All right, honey? Okay. So I also have a second painting that I use at work. I keep this one at home. This is the Crystal Cottage. Keep that at home. And this is the one I work on at work. This is the one that had gotten all wet. The Four Seasons tree, and you can see I am done with one row. This is the top. So this was, you know, this one has the grid that it's all kind of a thick line around 100 drills, 10 in each direction. So this is 500 in this direction, and then however many it was to get to there. But been working on that one. And I still have that lump from the crease in the glue. Don't know what I'm going to do about that. It's driving me crazy. But when I figure it out, I'll let you know. If you know you didn't iron yours or fix it before you started, you've got this lump to contend with. I'll figure something out and let you guys all know. But so that's my new free invention to angle up my light pad while I'm working. Of course, this doesn't transfer to, you know, all methods. You know, sitting on the couch, don't know how that's going to work, but, you know, it's worth a try. You got that pool noodle sitting there anyway if you're using it to wrap your painting around when you're storing it. So, cheap idea. Try it out. Let me know if it works out for you, or if this was completely stupid and I should just instead use the pool noodle in the pool. All right, happy 4th of July, everybody. I am gonna try and get this edited and put out before we go so that I am not any sort of delay to my husband in going out and having some fun today. So take care, everybody, and see you soon.
So, happy 4th of July, everybody. If you're not from the States, hopefully your country also has a holiday designated to just, you know, lighting shit on fire, because, you know, nothing says independence like the ability to just light shit on fire and scare the living crap out of all the the neighborhood dogs and cats.